Welcome to Exceed Magazine's Cafe Press. I'm your host, Karen Adams, and joining me this evening is our featured guest, the founder of the Urban Momentum Network, Monica Montgomery.
Thank you, Karen. I'm Monica Montgomery, founder and president of the Urban Momentum Network.
Let's get right down to business. Tell me, what is Urban Momentum and what do you guys do?
Urban Momentum is the pulse of the progressive professional. We're a social enterprise that specializes in doing fundraising and communication consulting for entrepreneurs, small business, and individuals. In addition, we do strategic event conception, where we're presenting and we're creating networking mixers for a good cause, for a nonprofit cause, for a charitable cause, and we help people raise money around these networking events.
So, how did you come up with this concept?
I really just like to network. I love to meet new people. I'm an only child, so I'm always thinking everyone is like my brother and sister. I really like meeting new people and connecting people. And since I got to Philadelphia 10 years ago, when I first came here for school, I've just made so many contacts, so many meaningful, spirited, creative people that I've met, and I wanted to connect them all in some way. So I felt like everyone I've ever touched, everyone I've ever interacted with is now a member of the Urban Momentum Network. They are all my friends and they're all my colleagues, and they all need to know each other so they can benefit from each other's creativity, inspiration, and professionalism.
So, how does it, like you were explaining to me how it worked, okay, I understand that it's based on 4 principles.
Yes.
Tell me about those principles, those tenets.
Sure. The principles that we're founded on are principles that are near and dear to my heart as a nonprofit professional, as someone who's just community minded, and just as someone who has a spirit about her that loves creativity, loves art. So the first principle is artistry. We try to infuse an element of art into all that we do, whether it's an artistic backdrop, having an event at a gallery, or having music playing. We feel like that's important, and that sets the tone for positive networking. The next principle is empowerment. Everyone needs to be empowered and inspired. We'll frequently have events where there's a keynote speaker or a professional development speaker that's teaching people new skills, helping them hone their skills or sharpen their skills. And I want everyone to constantly be growing and learning and striving. So empowerment is important as well. The third principle is philanthropy. I work in the nonprofit sector as a fundraiser, and I feel it's important to give back, whether it's through your time, talent, or treasure. So I'm big on giving donations to nonprofits. I volunteer a lot, and I want everyone around me, no matter what their age or economic status, to become philanthropic and giving in their efforts. The fourth principle is enterprise. I know so many entrepreneurs, so many creative people, people with businesses, people with startups, people who want to start businesses. I want to encourage that. I'm an entrepreneur myself, so I want to connect these entrepreneurs to other professionals, to nonprofits, to just create this synergy of people connecting and growing and networking, and that's what Urban Momentum is all about.
What sets Urban Momentum apart from the other collectives in the community?
A lot of the groups that assemble, I'll say, are doing so for self-serving gain. So, they're meeting, and it's good and it's definitely supportive, but there's no greater good coming out of it. There's no charitableness, there's no nonprofit at the center of it. We're forgetting the communities that we came from, and I want us to return to that. I want to remember the communities and the causes that are near and dear to our hearts. So I always try to have a cause or a nonprofit or something good happening somewhere, something community minded somewhere in the event or as the event beneficiary. I recently did an event at the African American Museum for Black History Month, and it was fabulous. About 300 people came out to network and to enjoy the artistry that the African American History Museum has. And it was so fabulous just getting them in the door so they can see the new things happening with the museum, and just having them connect with each other. And doing that in the spirit of Black History Month, we raised close to $1,000 for the museum, and they were so thankful. That's the sort of things I want to do every month, all the time.
And we are at a time in our economy where we need companies and networks like yours to keep the money coming into these nonprofits and these, organizations that depend on donations to help them out.
There's dire fundraising shortfalls all throughout nonprofits all across America. Everyone's feeling it, whether you have a nonprofit for the homeless or, economic stimulation or any, babies. AIDS, everybody is suffering because people aren't giving as much, because people are scared about their income and scared about keeping their jobs. But this is a time we have to give the most. Even if it's not your money, if it's your time, if you can volunteer or be on a board of directors, we want to encourage that. We want to encourage that interaction between the individual, the entrepreneur, and the nonprofit, because there's a synergy and there's a power there that needs to come out of these interactions.
What do you envision for Urban Momentum?
I just feel like this is a movement that is going to sweep the nation and take over the country and the world. I want Urban Momentum to have chapters or contingents in each major metro, to have people following this model, gathering us all together to network for good in their respective cities, and giving nonprofits and community causes the respect, the attention, and the funding they deserve. I envision that Urban Momentum will kind of inspire a new age of social change agents and leaders that'll go out and get more involved in their communities. I see books, I see television shows, I see all the marketing in the world coming from this. I would love to go on a speaking tour and talk about my experience and my concept and why it's important and how we can replicate it all over. I see Urban Momentum totally revolutionizing the way that we live.
What are some of the challenges that you face with building Urban Momentum?
There's always funding shortfalls. It's always hard finding venues. It's hard getting people to believe that what you're doing is really worthwhile, that they should come and spend time coming out to your events. But I don't let those challenges stop me. I try to persevere because I know what I'm doing is good and I know the value to the people.
So what do you do to keep yourself on track?
I'm still working that part out. But I really take copious notes. I have lists 2 pages long. I'm always emailing myself reminders. I'm really excited. I just got an intern for Urban Momentum and she's making my life so much easier. And I just try to remember what it is that I came to do and focus all my efforts around that.
What are some of the upcoming events and activities for Urban Momentum?
Yes, well, I am planning a few different things for spring that is going to knock everyone's socks off.
Okay.
I have an event coming up called Dramatic Connections. That's April 24th, and that's fusing theater with networking, with cultural appreciation. It's going to be held at the Painted Bride, and it's featuring the play. It's called The Prayer, and it's by a local African-American playwright, Kareem Rogers. He does plays throughout the country, and he's based out of Philadelphia. He has these plays that speak to people and about their relationships, about their lives, about how they're living. Similar to Tyler Perry, there's a religious theme, there's an upliftment, and he's definitely trying to get his word out to the masses. I love his artistry and I want to support him in every way. So we are sponsoring the networking mixer prior to the play. You get the play, the food, the networking, the art, all of that for the low, low price of $40. So we definitely want to encourage people to come out to that. I'm also in the beginning stages of planning a career makeover workshop that's going to help people propel themselves into a new career, people that may have been affected by the recession, or help people stabilize in their current job and be able to shine amongst their coworkers and be able to be stable and retain that job position. We also, of course, want to encourage the next generation of entrepreneurs. So we're encouraging people that have a business or a business idea that's in its startup phases to come out and learn how to brand yourself, how to position yourself for success, and of course, how to look the part.
Sounds very, very interesting. Now, this is April 24th?
April 24th is Dramatic Connections, and May 2nd is going to be what I'm tentatively calling Self-Promotions. That's the Career Makeover Entrepreneurship Building Workshop.
Okay, and how can people get in contact with you to sign up for these events?
People can find out more about me, about the movement, about the events at www.urbanmomentum.org.
So what's your strategy to move it forward, to keep the company growing and building and moving forward, that momentum that we're talking about?
Sure. Well, definitely I'm a big fan of collaboration. I want to collaborate with other organizations, other individuals, other entrepreneurs that are doing good in the community. So I want to make strategic partnerships with these types of people and working with them to bring us together, because I know that no man is an island and we have to work together for the greater good. There's no I in team. So collaborating with other folks, keeping our events fresh and engaging, whether it's bringing new speakers into town, having new topics, talking about topics that people don't normally talk about, that people are scared to talk about.
Do you have plans to expand nationally?
I would love to see an Urban Momentum contingent, an urban momentum group in every major metro in the United States. I would love for people to be replicating this model in their city, to be putting on charitable networking mixers, to be engaging one another, to be giving back to charities, networking for good, if you will. I would love to see that happening all throughout the U.S. and internationally.
Okay.
I would also like urban momentum to kind of be the go-to model for people who are trying to fuse for-profit with a nonprofit sensibility. So the social enterprise of note, to have this catch on and inspire other people to do similar things like this. I would love to get into some motivational speaking, perhaps, maybe write a book, who knows? There's a book inside of all of us. And I have so many dreams and goals. I mean, I want to give grants to nonprofit organizations monthly, Urban Momentum grants you $1,000 for the good work you're doing. We're going to feature you on our website. We're going to give you this money. We're going to give you this support. That's the sort of thing that I want to do, to give back, because I feel like it's important to do.
What organizations are you looking to partner with moving forward?
Well, I definitely plan to continue working with the fine, lovely folks at Exceed Magazine,
Oh, thank you.
generous hosts of this program. I'd love to work with some nonprofits in the local area that are doing good work in minority communities and beyond, places like the Urban League, the NAACP, and others that are definitely impacting our lives and that are looking to get inroads into our communities. I'd like to work with arts organizations like the Arts Sanctuary and other places like that that encourage arts in urban communities. I just want to work with anyone who is about good things, who needs solid funding, who is giving something back, and who would like to host the Urban Momentum Network in their space.
What would you say to encourage others who want to get in contact with you or to start their own business?
Well, I was thinking about this question. There are 4 ways of being. You can be inactive, you can be reactive, you can be interactive, and you can be proactive. Proactivity is the highest of those, and that's the one we want to aim for. You want to go out and make it happen. Manifest destiny, do you, as Russell Simmons would say. Urban Momentum is interactive in our networking. We're active in the community, but we are proactive in our approach. We want to engage everyone around these good causes. We want to engage all entrepreneurs to come out and showcase their business skills and let others know about their services. We want to engage the nonprofits to keep up the good work and to get involved with these professionals, because there's a synergy, because they need each other to survive. So I would encourage everyone to become more proactive in your communities, to start your dreams, to follow your heart, and not let anything stop you.
Thank you for joining us for Cafe Press with our guest tonight, Monica Montgomery with the Urban Momentum Network. Please join us again next time and look for us online at exceedmagonline.com.